Welcome to the Hard Hat Training Series. Today we will talk about how to identify hazards, perform proper risk assessments, identify control measures for those hazards, and evaluate the costs of those controls. Risk assessment is the process of classifying and prioritizing worksite hazards according to severity, exposure, and likelihood. Completing accurate risk assessments is vital for the safety of your employees. A hazard is defined as a condition or activity that, if left uncontrolled, can result in an injury or illness. Through identifying, prioritizing, and controlling these hazards, you will be preventing these unnecessary injuries and illnesses from occurring. Take time to review the types of hazards listed in the graphic to the left before continuing. The main purpose of risk assessment is to prioritize risks from greatest amount of danger to least amount of danger in order to know which hazards need to be controlled first. Hazards that are the greatest danger to your employees should be your top priority. That said, standards dictate that employers must control all serious and recognized hazards in order to protect their workers. Assessing risks on a job site inherently involves making assumptions about the level of risk that a hazard poses to you or your employees. When conducting risk assessments, err on the side of caution. Prepare best by assuming the worst. After all, it is better to be too safe rather than not safe enough. Approaching all risk assessments with this mindset will help save the lives and livelihoods of your employees. It is the employer's responsibility to ensure that risk assessments are conducted through identifying a risk management team and acting on the advice that the risk management team provides. The risk management team must have, or have access to, enough knowledge and technical ability to properly evaluate the level of risk that a hazard poses. A risk management team should be made up of a multidisciplinary group of experts and some key stakeholders who have specific knowledge and experience of the issues at hand. For example, a risk management team could be made up of safety, technical, communications, legal, and financial experts. It is also recommended that a risk communication specialist is included as part of any risk management team. Once you have created a risk management team, be sure to provide it with both the authority to do its job and the resources necessary for accomplishing its objectives. Also, ensure that each individual on the team understands their responsibilities and how their work contributes to the team as a whole. Performing proper risk assessments will make your job site safer and can even save the lives of your employees. The following story will showcase why risk assessments are so important. For 22-year-old Miguel, that spring day started off just like every other. He was working on a trenching operation in New York City so a new hardware store could be built. His supervisor instructed him to climb into the 2-meter unsupported trench and get to work. Miguel had been doing trenching work for a while, so he wasn't worried as the excavation got deeper. By the afternoon, the trench had reached 4 meters. Miguel had no way to escape when the trench walls caved in and buried him alive. Local news organizations reported that the two construction managers had been warned about the dangers on their site for months. Miguel's story shows why properly assessing risks and then implementing quality safety measures is so vital to the safety of you and your employees. Understanding and implementing the material in this training can help you avoid the worst-case scenario: the unnecessary deaths of you or your employees.